My name is Emma Johnson. I'm 28, living in a small apartment in Chicago with a view of the city skyline that sparkles at night. I always thought love was like those lights, bright, steady, and magical. But life has a way of teaching you things you never wanted to learn. This is my story, and I'm sharing it because maybe, just maybe, it'll help someone out there feel less alone. I grew up in a small town in Ohio, where everyone knew everyone. My mom raised me alone after my dad left when I was 5. She worked 2 jobs, waitress by day, cleaner by night, to keep food on the table. I remember her tired eyes, but she always smiled for me. "Emma," she'd say, "love is hard, but it's worth it. Just choose someone who sees your heart." I held on to those words like a lifeline. When I was 22, I moved to Chicago for a job as a graphic designer. The city was loud, fast, and overwhelming, but I loved it. I felt alive. That's when I met Noah. He was 25, tall, with messy brown hair and a smile that made my knees weak. We met at a coffee shop. I spilled my latte all over his shoes, and instead of getting mad, he laughed and said, "Well, now you owe me a coffee." His voice was warm, like a cozy blanket on a cold day. We started dating, and it felt like a movie. Noah was a musician, always carrying his guitar, playing soft melodies that made my heart ache. He'd write songs about me, calling me his sunshine. We'd walk along Lake Michigan, holding hands, talking about our dreams. I wanted to design book covers. He wanted to play music for the world. We were perfect together, or so I thought. But there were signs, even early on. Noah would get quiet sometimes, like he was lost in his own head. He'd check his phone a lot, smiling at messages he wouldn't share. I brushed it off. "He's just busy," I told myself. "He's an artist. He's got a lot on his mind." I didn't want to seem clingy, so I didn't ask questions. Looking back, I wish I had. One night, 6 months into our relationship, we were at his apartment eating pizza and watching a rom-com. His phone buzzed and he grabbed it fast like he didn't want me to see. I laughed it off, but my stomach twisted. "Who's that?" I asked, trying to sound casual. "Just a friend from the band," he said, but his eyes didn't meet mine. That was the first crack in my heart, small but sharp. I loved Noah so much it hurt. I'd never felt that way before. He made me feel seen, like I was the only person in the room. But those moments of doubt started to pile up. He'd cancel plans last minute, saying he had a gig or needed to work on a song. I believed him because I wanted to. I didn't understand men, not yet. By our first anniversary, I was all in. I gave him a key to my apartment, and he gave me one to his. We talked about moving in together someday, maybe getting a dog. I was so happy I could burst. But happiness is fragile, like glass. One wrong move and it shatters. One evening, I went to surprise Noah at his band's rehearsal. I brought coffee thinking it'd be sweet. When I got there, the room was empty except for Noah and a girl I'd never seen before. She had long blonde hair and was laughing at something he said. They were standing close, too close. My heart sank. "Hey," I said, my voice shaky. Noah jumped like he'd been caught. "Emma, what are you doing here?" he asked, his smile forced. The girl looked away, and I felt like I was intruding on something. That night, I cried myself to sleep. I didn't confront him. I was too scared of the truth. Instead, I told myself I was being paranoid. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. I just didn't know how bad it would get. The next few months were a blur of love and doubt. Noah was still sweet most of the time, but the little things added up. He'd leave his phone face down, something he never used to do. He'd get annoyed when I asked about his day, saying I was too nosy. I started to feel like I was walking on eggshells, afraid to upset him. One day, I was at his place doing laundry while he was out. His phone was on the counter and it kept buzzing. I tried to ignore it, but curiosity got the better of me. I picked it up, my hands shaking. The screen showed a text from someone named Jess. It said, "Last night was amazing." When can I see you again? My heart stopped. I scrolled up, my eyes burning with tears. There were dozens of messages, flirty, intimate, things he used to say to me. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I put the phone down and sat on the floor, hugging my knees. When Noah came home, I was still there, tears streaming down my face. "What's wrong?" he asked, his voice soft. I held up his phone. "Who's Jess?" I asked, my voice breaking. He froze. For a moment, he didn't say anything. Then he sighed, running a hand through his hair. "It's not what you think," he said. But it was exactly what I thought. He admitted he'd been seeing Jess for a month. "It just happened," he said, like that made it okay. "I didn't mean to hurt you." I wanted to scream, to throw something, but all I could do was cry. "Why?" I asked. "Why wasn't I enough?" He didn't have an answer. He just kept saying, "I'm sorry." But sorry doesn't fix a broken heart. I left his apartment that night, my world shattered. I didn't sleep. I kept replaying every moment of our relationship, wondering where it went wrong. Was it me? Was I too clingy? Not pretty enough? Not exciting enough? I didn't understand why men cheat, why Noah cheated. I felt like I'd never understand. The next few weeks were a fog. I stopped eating, stopped designing, stopped living. My friends Ava and Mia tried to help. They'd come over with ice cream and cheesy movies, but nothing filled the hole in my chest. Ava, my best friend since college, was fierce. "He's an idiot, Emma," she'd say. "You deserve better." But I didn't believe her. I felt worthless. One day, I found an old journal from when I was a kid. I'd written about my dad leaving, how it made me feel like I wasn't enough. Reading those words, I realized Noah's cheating wasn't just about him. It brought back all the pain of my dad abandoning me. I'd spent my life trying to be enough for someone, and it never worked. I decided I needed answers. I called Noah, asking to meet. He agreed, and we met at a park. He looked tired, guilty. I asked him again, "Why did you do it?" This time he was honest. "I don't know," he said. "I got scared. Things with you were so real, so serious. Jess was easy. No pressure." His words cut deep, but they also made me think. Was it about me or was it about him? I started reading about why men cheat. Some said it was about ego, needing to feel wanted. Others said it was about fear of commitment. None of it made me feel better, but it helped me see Noah wasn't the only one. Cheating wasn't about me not being enough. It was about his own insecurities. Still, the pain didn't go away. I'd see couples holding hands and feel jealous. I'd hear love songs and cry. I didn't know how to move on, but I knew I had to try. Healing is messy. It's not a straight line. It's a zigzag, full of good days and bad. After Noah, I threw myself into work. Designing gave me something to focus on, something I could control. I started taking therapy too. My therapist, Dr. Patel, was kind but firm. She helped me see that my worth wasn't tied to Noah or my dad. One day she asked, "What do you want, Emma?" "Not for a man, but for you." I didn't know. I'd spent so long chasing love, I'd forgotten what I wanted. That question stuck with me. I started small, taking yoga classes, painting again, things I used to love. Slowly, I felt like me again. Then I met Liam. He was a coworker, quiet but funny, with kind eyes and a love for bad puns. We started as friends, grabbing coffee after work. He'd listen when I talked about Noah, never judging. One day he said, "You're stronger than you think." "Emma." I didn't believe him, but I wanted to. We started dating, and it was different from Noah. Liam was steady, reliable. He didn't hide his phone or make me feel small. But I was scared. Every time he was late or didn't text back right away, I panicked, thinking he'd cheat too. I didn't trust men anymore, not fully. One night I had a breakdown. Liam was late for dinner, and I spiraled, imagining the worst. When he showed up, I was crying. "I'm sorry," I said. "I just don't understand why men cheat, and I'm scared you will too." He hugged me and said, "I'm not Noah. I'm here. Emma, I'm not going anywhere. For the first time, I believed him. But trust takes time. I kept working on myself, journaling, talking to Dr. Patel. I learned that cheating isn't about the person being cheated on, it's about the cheater's choices. Noah cheated because he was running from something inside himself. Liam wasn't perfect, but he was honest. That made all the difference. Just when I thought I was healing, life threw a curveball. I got a text from Noah. It had been a year since we broke up. "Can we talk?" it said. My heart raced. Part of me wanted to ignore it, but another part needed closure. We met at a cafe. Noah looked different, older, sadder. He said he'd messed up, that he regretted everything. "I love you, Emma," he said. "I want another chance." I froze. A year ago, I would have said yes in a heartbeat. But now, I wasn't sure. I told Liam about it. He was calm, but I could see the worry in his eyes. "What do you want?" he asked, echoing Dr. Patel. I didn't know. Noah was my first love, my dream. Liam was my reality, my safe place. I felt torn. For weeks, I wrestled with my feelings. Noah kept texting, saying he'd changed. I wanted to believe him, but I remembered the pain. One night, I met Noah again. He apologized, tears in his eyes. But when I asked why he cheated, he still didn't have a clear answer. That's when I knew. He hadn't changed. He was still running. I chose Liam. It wasn't easy, but it was right. Noah was a lesson, Liam was a future. I told Noah we were done for good. It hurt, but it also felt freeing. I was letting go of the past. Life with Liam wasn't perfect, but it was real. We fought sometimes, but we talked it out. He showed me that love doesn't have to hurt. I started to trust again, not just him, but myself. I realized I was enough just as I was. I also started this YouTube channel to share my story. I wanted to help others who felt broken by love. Every week, I'd post videos about healing, trust, and self-worth. My viewers, people like you, kept me going. Your comments, your stories reminded me I wasn't alone. Looking back, I don't hate Noah. He broke my heart, but he also taught me about strength. I don't fully understand why men cheat, and maybe I never will. But I know it's not about me. It's about their choices, their fears. I can't control that, but I can control how I move forward. If you're hurting, know this: you are enough. Cheating isn't about you. It's about the other person's struggles. Take your time to heal. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Trust will come again, but it starts with trusting yourself. You're stronger than you know. If this story touched you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share your story below. I read every comment. Let's heal together. See you in the next video.